We should address the latest developments in the Stepstones, my lords.
Where, I wonder, is our Prince Daemon?
It was a decade ago, and he has since left the region undefended.
We have left it undefended. My queen?
We are the blood of old Valyria.
But for them, you surrender what you should not. A father compromised by the acts of a son.
To have one child like that is a mistake. To have three is an insult.
But a weakness. Through them, you imagine you will persist forever.
You will be our king.
People have eyes.
The consequences of an allegation like the one you twirled would be dire.
Dracarys!
What's up guys, Carmine here, back with another preview breakdown, this time for next week's episode 6, which confirms our massive time skip, possibly about a decade or so, and it looks to be the biggest one to date. And of course, we should also talk about this week's episode, and all I can say is that there's never a wedding in Game of Thrones history without at least one insane thing happening, and it remains true even in the past. As always guys, leave your thoughts on the episode down below, and I may cover it in my episode 5 review, but for now, let's see what we can expect from next week's episode. First, we start about 10 years after Daemon's conquering of the Stepstone, and it seems like the Triarchy or some other band of pirates have taken over. We also see that Rhaenyra not only sits at the small council meetings, where before she was a cupbearer, but Alicent does as well, and we get tense exchange between them. Unlike in the previous episodes where they were at odds and then randomly became friends again, this doesn't seem to happen in the long time skip. We also have Larys Strong's voice throughout the entire episode. Larys is supposed to be our Varys clone, kinda, and he's calling children a weakness. And as we see what looks like Alicent's son Aegon going off and trying to take a peek at his own dragon until we cut away with him squaring off against one of Rhaenyra's sons, with Harwin Strong watching over them. It looks like Harwin has become either Castellan or some other senior position at the Red Keep, considering the armor change. We also see that whatever illness Viserys had in episode 5 has taken a massive toll on him a decade later and has aged him up considerably. We cut away to Laena Velaryon and what appears to be her daughter, likely with Daemon. As we saw during the feast in episode 5, Laena and Daemon seem to hit it off quite well, and it also falls in line with the books too. We also get a better shot of Prince Aegon, and notice here he wears the Hightower green under his armor instead of Targaryen colors of his father, giving us the hint that Alicent has had more influence on him over Viserys during the time skip. And we also get a brief scene between Laena and Daemon once again, and we finally get to see Vhagar, kinda, which is a conversation she had with Viserys more than a decade ago, and it seems that Laena has tamed Vhagar and it is now her dragon. Though we don't see Laenor anywhere, but I do wonder if he'll show up at all in this episode. Now, the rest of the trailer is mostly focusing on the allegations that Rhaenyra's children were not fathered by Laenor, but by Harwin Strong instead, seen in the trailer multiple times, and it's alluded to because of the hair color. How all her children have black hair, and as we all know, the seed is strong, and her newborn baby, which we see throughout, also doesn't share the Targaryen features. Alicent brings this up, and even Lyonel Strong counsels the king that, though it may not be true, people can see them and know that they don't have the distinct features that Aegon has. We can see that Viserys responds to anybody spouting these rumors with threat of imprisonment or even death, which, of course, makes it even worse. And before we close out the trailer, we see that Rhaenyra's son is choosing his own dragon, which is something we haven't really seen before. How Targaryen children from the olden days would bond or pick out their dragon. Daenerys didn't really pick hers. They were gifted, and through magic and miracle, she was able to revive them. But overall, the next episode, as far as we can see here, looks very good, and if you were wondering what the hell happened to all the scheming and backstabbing that Game of Thrones had, well, it seems to be back in force. Though I won't lie to you, as much as I've enjoyed the last few episodes, I am worried about how the show will change going forward, and if these changes will be just as good, if not better, than what we've gotten so far. We'll just have to see. But guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, leave your thoughts down below. I may feature them in my episode 5 review. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps out a lot. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.